103rd episode of F1 Podcast. Alright, well let's talk about Honda again. We've talked about Honda a lot, but geez, they've been all over the news and you know, it's sort of been up and down. Yes, they're going to be saved, no they're not. You know, the Brazilian sponsors are in, no they're not. And the latest rumour, of course, is that Nick Fry is not part of the management buyout and that the management buyout is pretty much going to be the way to go. There's all other options have been exhausted, including Virgin. So, you know...
Was that ever serious though, Virgin? I reckon it's a great marketing ploy from young Dickie Branson. I don't think he was ever serious about it, but I mean, you know, I guess we'll find out soon. But yeah, I don't know. I thought it was a bit of a masterstroke. He's what is he, an attention whore? I think you called him off camera.
That's what I said. Yeah, a couple of minutes ago off camera. Yeah, he is, and he didn't really have the build up. He needed to get as much marketing as he could, and you don't get that in the last few weeks before the season starts. So now we're talking about Brawn Racing or something, you know, with Ross Brawn. God knows what it's going to be called. You guys have given us some.
It couldn't be RBR. It couldn't be Ross Brawn Racing. That's for sure.
And apparently they're going to show up and do some testing in Barcelona, I believe, soon.
What's the circuit called, Pep? Jerez. Yeah, maybe there.
Maybe.
Well, you know, apparently a source inside of Honda has said, well, we wouldn't go testing without an engine. It's with the lawyers at the moment. You know what I'm getting fed up with when it comes to Honda? I'm sick of hearing from sources or sources close to the team. I want someone to come out and unequivocally say, right, we've sold the Formula 1 team. This is who's bought it. We do have the engine deal in place. In fact, we've spent the last... you know, since December, redesigning the chassis for insert engine manufacturer here. McLaren, you know, Mercedes,
yeah.
Whatever.
They say they've done it, but who knows?
The source said they've done it.
The source, again.
I want to meet this source. But look, it'd be great to see the rebadged Honda or whatever the hell it's going to be called on the grid. I mean, at the end of the day, I want 20 cars on the grid.
Exactly.
I don't want 18 cars on the grid. In fact, I'd like about 24, 26 cars on the grid, if I'm brutally honest. But I'd really like to see Jenson Button and hopefully Bruno Senna. Sorry, Rubens and all that. Apparently Rubens is looking good for the US F1 team in 2010 because they need an experienced racer. But I'd like to see Bruno and Gents pounding around again. And you know, I love Jenson Button's comments this week. If I had the McLaren, I'd be world championship. I'd be a world champion by now as well. Well, you know, interesting comment. Yeah, if I had the McLaren, I'd be world championship material as well. And I'm a shit driver. But anyway.
All right, guys, my phone's ringing, so we'll be back in a second.
Okay, we're back.
I've dispensed that phone call.
Excellent,
mate. I agree with you, and I think that it would be great to have, you know, whatever they call it, it'd be great to have them back. So let's pray that something happens because, you know, as I said earlier, the more teams, as you said, mate, the more teams we have, the better. So let's make it happen.
Yep.
All right, mate. Let's quickly talk about super licenses. There's been some news this week about super licenses and the drivers saying, well, you know, we'll pay them, but you know, we're not that happy about it. And we actually talked about this quite a while ago. And my personal opinion is that eventually super licenses will be incorporated into the F1 drivers' contract, at least the big drivers. So, you know, you will get your salary and the team will pay your super license. So, you know, if it comes down to paying a few £100,000 or a few €100,000, then, well, that's what they have to do, mate.
Yeah, look, if you want to race in Formula 1, then that's basically what you've got to do. And as Mosley said, if you don't want to pay it, that's okay, no problem. Go and race somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know, it's not going to be a shortage of drivers coming through. And I think it's a bit disingenuous when you're earning, you know, some of these drivers are earning, you know, 8, 9, 10, you know, 20, 30 million a year to piss and moan about having to shell out, you know, 200, 300,000 euro for a super license. In saying that, I think the increase from 07 to now is absolutely outrageous. But by the same token, these guys, the top guys, have the capacity to pay. And I thought it was interesting that I think it's the GPDA were, you know, they're scratching for a meeting with Max prior to the Melbourne Grand Prix, just to voice their concern and their displeasure in having to pay the licenses. And I think Max will go, yep, great, good. Your point is, if you want to race in this championship, you pay it. But look, I think they've got a bit of a valid argument. The increases are outrageous, but then I can weigh that up with you know, what a lot of these guys earn, and it's quite frankly it's chicken feed.
It is, and it's a transition period where this is quite a new rule, and eventually, as I mentioned, it will just get incorporated into what they get paid anyway. So you know, things will even out in the end. And Max, we managed to mention Max Mosley without swearing. No swear box here, so that's pretty good.
It's fucking outrageous.
Oh, it's terrible.
Shit, incredible.
All right, guys. Well, as always, we've had some great comments this week, and we always say that we appreciate them. But there's been some awesome comments and emails this week, so thanks very much.
Yep.
And we'll see you soon for the next one.
All right, guys. Less than 30 days to go.
Oh yeah.
See ya.
Bye.
It must be true.